Greetings and good day, YouTube. How are you doing today? I myself am pretty excited to continue where we last left off in Minecraft. I didn't really do anything off stream this week with Minecraft. Had a couple of busy days and was just chilling overall. What are we working on? That's right, we were continuously taking down layers of stone, dirt, and snow from that location there in order to work with the mountain proper, because I wanted to make the castle. So, we could throw out the cobblestone, or we could just say screw it and keep the cobblestone on us and keep mining for more, even though we're really not going to be having that crazy of a reason as to, yeah, because we pretty much, we don't have to, but I kind of have to put it on, the, like, get down to this level across the board, right, and then work with that over there, but we'll get to that slowly over time as we get to it. We can take the snowballs and get rid of them.
Located on West 25th in Ohio City, right next to 16-bit bar and arcade.
Do I have a bed on me? I do not. I do not have a bed on me. So, this week we've been playing Fallout 3 primarily. I don't think I played any other games on stream. I know at the end of last week's outdated YouTube blog thing, we did a little bit of reacting to Ninja Gaiden 04, I believe. We'll continue to watch that playthrough, and I think I'll continue to play Ninja Gaiden Sigma today as well. We'll see, though. Kind of tired today. I would like to, but I did do, like, I could probably get through the game a lot faster. Well, if I played it, for one thing. For another is, I'm just kind of tired today. Got home from shopping about an hour or so, an hour and a half ago. Cooked up dinner, ate that, and took a shower, right? So that was my whole reason for being about an hour late. Yesterday was definitely a lot more energetic than today is going to be. At least for now. In a minute or two, I'm gonna take a puff and we'll probably get a little bit more ready and raring to go. But the problem is with that, for today, if I do that, that's more like I'm doing that because I'm like struggling to get through the stream session. And if that happens, we probably won't do the React Andy that I wanted to do, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll see how we're feeling in about an hour or so from now after we get done with most of the topics of conversating. Haven't watched any Star Wars lately. Like I said, I was busy this week, and once I stopped watching Star Wars week to week, it kind of has become damn near impossible to get back into it. So for Fallout, what I've been primarily doing is exploring the land. I recently got the perk that allows us to spot every location, even if we don't, like, we can't fast travel there, luckily. But we now know where every location that can be marked on the map is on the map. And we can just make our way toward those locations. I've been exploring vaults and other such things when it comes to the explorating of Fallout 3. I've also, like, gone back and attempted multiple different iterations of quests just to see what the difference is. Even though I did that, I still stuck with a couple things that I said I was going to do. So certain quests I still dealt with the way that I said I was going to deal with them. we are gonna keep going through and doing side stuff, but we're actually Friday, this coming Friday, when we play Fallout 3, we're gonna be continuing the main story. That point is gonna lead us to wherever the hell else we're gonna go, and then we're gonna go there. I figured we might as well just drop off the stuff that I have right there, just to get it out of my inventory for the time being. Trying to think of any big moments we had in Fallout 3 right now. Like, there's a couple things we've done. Like, we got a quest. Like, a lot of the quest lines that I've been doing haven't really been pertinent to the main story, but I felt that they're interesting enough to continue. Right? And they've been very interesting lore-wise and some of the implications therein. We went to the Bethesda ruins. Regardless of that, most of what we did was literally just running around the wasteland, going through areas, and doing a few quests. I'm gonna keep going through areas and doing quests and stuff like that, but I'm noticing that the DLC, like, we're getting closer and closer to where I'm ready to do the DLC. I'm debating whether or not I want to go through the main storyline first, or what, but we are going to continue the main story a little bit, see where that leads us, and then I might do the DLC. Like, that's a high priority for me to get through the DLC before I do finish the main story. And I don't know if I've said it on Minecraft. I know I've said it while playing Fallout. That when I play games like that, they have a main story. And one of the biggest things I find myself doing a lot of the time, if I really enjoy the game, is I'll try and do every quest line I possibly can before I even touch most main storyline stuff. Even though it might be a good idea to progress the main story to, like, unlock new shit, because we're almost max level, and I am finding bobbleheads that are useless to me, technically. Because they're like, oh, we give you 10 points into lockpicking. My lockpicking skill's been 100 for a couple of days now. So I am a bit frustrated personally with the fact that I am now going to be finding stuff like that more and more, and it's not really going to be that useful to me because I already have max level for most of my skills. The only skills that I don't are skills that I'm not really utilizing, and one of which is energy weapons. Like, I've started to utilize energy weapons more, but it's really unnecessary with how many skills I have for my other pieces of equipment. Yeah, we got quite a few other locations we can check out. Like, there's still a lot of locations on the map that I have yet to unlock as fast travel points. But I do have them unlocked for, like, general waypoints type of a situation. Like, hey, come here to see what this has to offer. Friday and Saturday of, like, this coming stream week will probably be a main focus on Fallout. But Sunday, I'm probably going to start with a setup of a Stream Elements sponsorship campaign. And doing one of those. Because those campaigns seem to have improved quite a bit since I started doing them. That, and I've been meaning to do one, but yesterday. I didn't even think about it, and today is Monday, so I think I'll start with that and then finish with Fallout. And when I mean finish with Fallout, I mean like by that point we should be getting close to being done with the game, if not done with the game. We'll see though. Maybe I'll decide to, instead of Sunday, do it on a Saturday or something like that, and then I gotta start spending a lot more hours in Fallout with what I want to explore. I know I'm not gonna be able to finish with a week left. Like, next week, I kind of want to try to be finished with Fallout, and I know I can finish it if I rush, but I don't want to rush. Like, I still want to experience the world of Fallout 3 before moving on to anything else. And we kind of don't have an option of waiting to move on to anything else because, like I said, when October comes, no matter what, I'm taking a hiatus from the game that I'm playing, whatever it is, in order to get access to what the hell is the word? Oh, get access. I love how I'm like, get access to. What am I getting access to? You're not getting access. You're going to have available the ability to play the horror games, dumbass. I said that wrong at the beginning. I don't want to get access to anything. I already have access to the games because I got all of them for free from Epic. Like, the Evil Within 1 and 2 I'm going to be playing. I guess maybe I was thinking about the DLCs of those games and whether or not I want to purchase them. I'm debating on that still. If I rather want to just go through the base game and be done with it, or if I want to do the DLCs and experience the entirety of the story, which I don't know if that's worth it. We'll find out, though. I will say a lot of the explorating that I've done has kind of been preemptive. Like, there's a lot of shit going on that I could be waiting for main story stuff or what have you. But I don't know if I'm actually going to follow through and explore everything. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some main story stuff. I'm going to focus on that. Hell, maybe I'll decide to finish the main story and do all the DLC and then just do the rest of the exploring, like cleanup. If everything works out, we'll probably go long Friday. Or we'll go long on Saturday, it depends. Depends on how things work out, you know? Because if it's hot as fuck, I'm not going to have my light on, and I won't have the webcam on. But I will be going through Fallout for quite a number of hours. Worst case scenario, if I don't have access to, like, if I still have to, I keep saying that, if I don't have the ability to play the horror games, or if I'm not going to be able to play Gun, we'll just finish up October. And instead of starting with Fallout New Vegas, I'll just play Gun, and then that will lead into Fallout New Vegas. And I will finish up Fallout 3 for the final week of September. Worst case scenario. And those will be very long streams if I don't have very long streams this coming Friday and Saturday. Off stream, I'm going to be grinding out Enlisted because they have a couple of events going on right now that I kind of want to get access to the squads and stuff like that. Like, you could earn access to the squads, or you have to spend RL money to get them, and I don't care if I get the squads either way, but I have the ability to grind for them, so I'm going to do that. So I'll probably be playing that for quite a while off stream. And I'm saying that because I'm debating whether or not I want to start playing it, like, do I finish up Minecraft, say screw it, and play a little bit of Enlisted? Or do I say screw it, wrap up for the evening when I normally would, then play Enlisted afterwards to just chill? I'm not 100% sure yet. And I can tell you it's one of those long days, because I just looked over to see how long the session duration has been, and I saw it was 23 minutes, and I was like, oh no. I hate days like today sometimes. Like, I did have a lot to do. That's one of the reasons why I'm dragging ass and tired. And, off stream, I'll probably play more Minecraft. I didn't really plan to this week, like the past week, but I kind of do this week. And what I'm probably gonna do is get done with this mountain shit, because I'm not gonna worry about collecting anything, like any of the stone. If I see coal, iron, emerald, or such, then I'll make sure to bag that. But the cobblestone's probably going to go to waste, the snow's definitely going to go to waste, and I'll be ready to start strip mining the nether in order to get a bunch of nether brick and working on that. I might even need to set up a couple more auto furnaces for the amount of nether brick that I want to work with. So, the main focus is going to be finishing up Fallout 3. Friday, Saturday, partially Sunday. Because I am going to plan to do a Stream Elements sponsorship campaign. Not sure for what game it's going to be. It might be for one that I've played already. We'll see. I think that's it for Fallout. At least until we start talking about the games that I plan to play in the distant future. Well, as I said, for October, it's going to be horror games. I plan to do another playthrough of Alien Isolation, I think. Right? And Evil Within 1 and 2. Those are like the main games. I could probably get through the Evil Within 1 and 1. I know I can get through it in, like, 2 sessions. It all depends, though, on how I'm gonna do it. Alien Isolation, if done right, I could get done with it in 1 session. Because those types of games are very linear. It's the open world games that are the longest for me to go through, because I like exploring the world. Even if it's a game that I've played in the past, I still like to explore a new world, right? One of the first things I did when I played Grand Theft Auto 5 was just drive around. That's it. I didn't focus on any missions. I just turned the phone off, and I just drove around for hours. That's like kind of what I do when I play Grand Theft Auto. I am excited to play the next Grand Theft Auto game whenever it comes out on PC, to show what it's like when I first play a Grand Theft Auto game. Because most of the time when I'm playing a Grand Theft Auto game, it's after release. Like, it's been out for a while, people like it or they don't, or what have you, and I kind of know a general bit about it. Like, when it came to Grand Theft Auto 5, I kind of knew that there were 3 characters you could pick from. Like, that was obvious. That was one of the big selling points that they advertised. Like, we're still waiting for information on the next Grand Theft Auto. We've got a story trailer. Now we're waiting for gameplay trailers. I don't think the rumors have been confirmed whether or not the delay is actually happening. I hope we get more information soon. And as much as I doubt we'll get anything then. I don't know. I hope we're not waiting for like the next big awards thing or whatever to tell more information about certain games, but I know we are, because they're trying to like hype it up, and they really shouldn't try and hype it up anymore. At this point, people are like, all right. Well, at least from my perspective, it feels like people are like, all right, just tell us when the game is out, and then we'll get it. Like, the longer it takes for it to release, the less hyped people are going to be about it no matter what. Especially if you start throwing in delays and shit like that, that's going to color people's opinion about the game. That's what happened with Cyberpunk. The game released in a very shit way, and since then it's in a much better position than it's been in. But a lot of people, I would say, are still hesitant to get into the game, if they haven't already, because of its past release, you know? Maybe I'm wrong. I would hope I'm wrong. Yeah, that's it for that. As for games that I plan in the distant future, I've already said outside of the October horror games, we've got me coming back to, again, if the last week of September is me playing Fallout 3, then I'm going to be playing Gun after October, because I really do want to play that game. And if it is me playing Gun, then cool. We'll get through that week. But I'm starting to doubt it more and more unless I get a couple of 10-hour days with Fallout, we're definitely not going to be beating it next week, or this coming week, I should say. Next week is the last week of September. After Gun, we'll be diving into Fallout New Vegas. Yeah, Fallout New Vegas is after that. After Fallout New Vegas, I'm not sure what the idea is to play. We're not like, I haven't been getting straight into the next game in the series. I'm thinking what we're going to do is we're going to possibly chill and check out a couple of different games or play something different for a little bit. Because I don't really have any other Western games that I could play at that point. Could spend a couple of days playing a Red Dead Redemption 2 just for shits and giggles, get more of the 100% complete if I can. Yeah, well, after New Vegas, and after whatever I decide to play after New Vegas, will be Fallout 4, and we'll be modding the hell out of Fallout 4. I know my record for mods so far is 620-something, or something along those lines, with XCOM 2. And I still got my playlist of mods, which is definitely going to change, and I need to I need to make sure the exclamation point mods is like XCOM or XML, like XCOM mods list 1, because the current mods list will be changing. Or I could be like archive mods list for XCOM. that's all I can think of off the top of my head for, like, future schedule. We can move now on to topics of conversation. And let's see what we got here. I've only got a couple of bullet points down here, because like I said, I've been busy. I could talk about the jobs that I was on, and I'm going to. First thing I have wrote down is about my PS2 emulator switch out. I used to be running PCS X2, whatever the hell it's called, at 1.6. I finally updated to 2.0, and it's a fucking world of difference. It's actually working now. The game has no audio video issues anymore. The only thing I've noticed is occasionally there'll be like a stutter stepping that happens, but I think that has to do just with kind of like with Metal Gear Solid 4 and the PlayStation 3 emulator, how it runs faster the more you load it, basically. So like the first time you go through an area, it might like stutter step every couple of minutes, and then you play it again and it should run all the way through without issue. Mind you, when I play Metal Gear Solid 4, which that's actually what I could play instead after New Vegas. We could play Metal Gear Solid 4 to finish up with like the main playthrough for Metal Gear Solid. Because I don't really have to play Rise and Revenge. I want to, but I can get done with that in like a session. Like if I really buckled down and did it, I could get done with that in less than 3 hours.
We're located on West 25th in Ohio City, right next to 16-bit bar and arcade. Drinks, games, fun. That's how we roll. Columbus is calling. Creatives thrive here. With a vibrant arts community and an endless list of things to experience, Columbus is the
So yeah, I tried that out. It's working well. I've got more games that I've got to get ready to set up. I'm not setting them up yet, but I'll set them up soon. I know I can hook up with like I can get access to God of War 1, 2, and 3 really easily from my uncle. Hell, they have a couple of PlayStation 2 and 1 games actually that I could also get and play those, because those games I remember playing a lot of those too when I was younger, like the old Tomb Raider games and shit like that. I might have to get those from them and get them set up on the shit properly. The old Crash games, Jak 2, Jak 3, or Jak and Dexter and all that, set those up. Mind you, this is all shit that is just me, it came across my thought process, so I'm saying it out loud now. It's definitely far into the future to play those games. What do we got? Okay. Oh! They nerfed Promise Consort Radahn from the DLC for Elden Ring, which I kind of figured they were going to do that. And of course, once again, it's brought along a wake of individuals going, ah, yes, I was able to defeat this character before the nerf, or the patch, or whatever. And for me, I don't consider what they did with the Radahn a nerf. I consider it more of a fix, because that was a fight that was broken. The way that I was able to beat the fight was basically turtle shelling it, and I still barely survived then because of the final attack that they have, the re-entry attack, whatever the fuck it's called. I do not agree with people that are trying to use defeating him before the nerf as bragging rights, right? Also, you got to keep in mind that you can just uninstall the game, reinstall it without certain patches, and play that version of the game before the nerf. So, like, it might be annoying to set up, but you could still fight Radahn, Promise Consort Radahn, before the nerf. You just have to play that patch of the game before that. I mean, that's what they do when they speedrun Grand Theft Auto. Because there's certain patches that they put through that fix certain glitches that they can no longer do for certain speedruns. And it makes it to where they then have to run the game at a different patch, an older patch, in order to be able to perform the maneuvers they want to perform during the speed run. There's a lot of games that they do that with. So, in all honesty, with Elden Ring, you don't really lose access to that fight. You just have to go at about it a more roundabout way to get access to it. I had one more thing wrote down. Yeah. Apparently they ended filming on a live-action Watch Dogs movie. It takes place in the same, like, the same world that the Watch Dogs games take place, I guess. Yeah, okay. Alright, perfect. Alright, give me 1 second. But yeah, that's what they got going on. Live action Watch Dogs that I never heard about until they talked about ending filming on it. And it made me curious about what that's going to be like, because we've seen a teaser at what the Minecraft live action is going to look like, and people are not happy about that. Because of the animation, and people were making jokes on the internet, but I haven't seen it go anywhere yet. About potentially doing what they did to the developers of the Minecraft live action, what they did with the developers of the Sonic live action. They bullied them because the animation was bad, and now it's so much different, and everyone's like more accepting of that. Here's the thing, though. The animation doesn't really make that big of a difference at the end of the day. Because if the movie was bad, it wouldn't have mattered how good the characters looked. In this case, though, they do look ridiculous. Like, it is what it is, I suppose, at the end of the day. I saw somebody tweeted out a meme, like a computer's error, a Windows error screen popping up type of thing, about, you are running out of it is what it is. Are you sure you wish to continue? And the options were yes, no, help. And I was like, that's pretty fucking funny. Yeah, I think today's going to be relatively short, and we're not going to do much React ending today, if any. I am tired. I had a fairly long week as well as a fairly long day today. The fairly long week was over the last couple of days. Had a couple of jobs to go on. Both jobs that I can think of off the top of my head that I did were for the, like if you go to a store, like a Subway, or a sandwich shop, where they have slices of meat, cheeses, and stuff like that, kind of out where you can see them, those are referred to as prep units, right? Because they're where they put sandwich prep items. The first one we had to fix, somebody else worked on at an earlier date, and the way the wiring was like they had added a timer to that unit, a timer that doesn't belong to that. Like they took a residential timer and wired it so the unit would shut off based off of the timer. And that's not running the unit correctly, so it burnt up a couple of things and we had to figure that out. We had to figure out the wiring before we could figure out what happened, but it burnt up a relay, and we were able to replace that and get the equipment working. The second one was that the unit was low on refrigerant, so we had to just deal with that. Not nearly as... It's unfortunate because the way that, like, if something's like those units, an air conditioning unit, refrigerant is not a gas to refuel it, right? It's a contained unit. So if you're ever running out of refrigerant, that's bad because it means you have a leak. Not every single leak can be repaired, however. If it's leaking out within a couple of days, maybe a couple of weeks, you got a big leak. Days, it's a really big leak. If you have a unit that leaks out over the period of like a summer, like a couple months, you are not going to find a leak that small. But it does have a leak because the units aren't designed to purge gas or anything like that. That's against EPA standards and shit like that. But it still took us a couple of hours to figure out because these newer units that they're coming out with are using R290, which is refrigerant grade propane. Yeah, like propane and propane accessories. I'll tell you what. Whoa! Alright. Good old King of the Hill. Anyways. So we had to figure out what pressure we needed to be looking for on the gauges in order to get the temperature that we need for a refrigerator, prep unit type thing. It's not really a refrigerator, but it's also, it's definitely not a freezer. You just want to have the stuff cool while also having it on display.
Trophy-winning running back and national champion.
And someone to keep everything on the tracks. Every week, Coach Urban Meyer, running back Mark Ingram, then me, Rob Stone, get into what matters most to you.
We take you inside the biggest moments in college football
while having some fun bringing you guests from all over sports and entertainment.
Watch Triple Option on YouTube or listen on Apple Podcasts.
Oh, I can tell a couple of... I might play Enlisted a little bit after we get done, because we're like, I don't have a lot of topics to talk about. I already got done with my plans for games to play this coming week and next week and October and stuff like that. I don't really have much else to discuss because, like I said, the two jobs I was on, I kind of went over them quickly because, well, it took us 3 hours, basically. And when I say basically, I mean, like, it took, what, 2 hours to figure out the wiring, another half hour to figure out what was causing the issue to stop it from working, and another half hour to fix it, basically, because luckily we had the parts on hand. But it basically took 3 hours to figure out the wiring. Like, you see some stupid shit when you're working on equipment. The kind of stuff people do to a piece of equipment to get it to work, and it actually works, is not only insane, but it's like, listen. Yeah, it works for now, but the problem is you're having it run on a method that just is not how it's designed, right? You're having it shut off every hour and then turn back on after it's been shut off for a few moments. And it's like, that's not, it's running okay. Like it's going through the system of like turn on, turn off on like temperature or whatever. But the machine itself, like it's superheating the machine when it does that. Like I had to get 2 bags of ice in total to cool down the machine, the compressor, because it's making the compressor run hot. Because no matter what, it's turning off, and when it turns off, it's going to increase the temperature of the machine a little bit. But then it's not like if it shut off normally, like went down to temp, shut off, and then let itself stay cool and turn on like that. Yeah, whatever. Because you might be like, well, that shouldn't. Like you would think that would be okay. And again, yeah, but it's causing it to run on a different method. Even though it's designed to run off of when the machine gets to a certain temperature, like a thermostat or whatever, it's running off of that. Not a timer. Like, that's why the shit burnt up the way that it did. It's hard for me to explain it because I don't know the terminology to utilize. I'll have to get my dad to explain it one day because he fucking has that shit ingrained in his mind. And I have to kind of have that shit in front of me in order to be able to be like, okay, so this is the process for this and that and the other. I'm kind of always like that, though, in all honesty. It's one of the reasons why I kind of have to write down topics of conversation, because I could have a lot of different things to talk about. Hell, there'll be times where I'll be like, man, I forgot to talk about this, this, and this. And I don't write it down, and I forget about it. I forget 1,000 things every day. Make sure this is one of them. Might do another playthrough of Grand Theft Auto 5 at this point. Also, another thing, I have to go through some of the games I got for free from Epic. Because there's like a list of games that I've looked at that, like, would be right up my alley, but I just haven't played them. Maybe before we wrap up, I'll go through the games I'm talking about. Like, I'll go through my list of games that I have for Epic. And then I'll probably wrap up for the evening. Man, I wanted to go a little bit longer, but I just don't think I can today. Like, I'm looking at the, like... We're under an hour, and I'm already like, alright, I'm done. Like, mentally. Because you know what my plan is to do after I get done with the stream, honestly? My plan after I get done with the stream is to turn off my light, sit back, just get some tea, warm tea, right? Drink my warm tea, watch some YouTube, and maybe throw on some Enlisted and play that. But even then, I'm like, I don't feel like playing a game. Like, I'm just tired. I just want to just sit back and just chill, you know? Ugh. Whoops. My plan today, in all honesty, before I like went shopping and all that, was to play this for a couple of hours, play Minecraft for a couple of hours and bullshit. Because I would have had a lot more to talk about if I wasn't as tired as I am right now. Things that I care to talk about anyways. There's a lot of shit going on that's just insane, but I refuse to acknowledge it more than this because I'm just... I play games to ignore the bullshit. So... not that I'm not aware of what's going on. I love staying aware of what's going on in the world. Can't really help it either, because my old man basically scrolls through his phone like it's a newspaper. I thought to myself, I'm going to teach my old man how to use his phone. I regret that decision a little bit at times, but sometimes I don't. Because sometimes it's like, hey, did you see this meme? And it's like, I have now.
You can guarantee victory for every game day meal. Raising Cane's chicken finger, one love. Order online or on our app.
Yes, did I just basically, quote-unquote, huff copium when it comes to justifying why it was a good idea to help him figure out how to use his goddamn phone instead of me having to fucking go through it and, hey, text this person this information. People, that's the other thing. So many individuals we've done jobs for don't answer their fucking calls. They just text. Oh, I dislike it. I dislike it at a very high level. A part of me understands why they do what they do, because they're in a meeting or whatever, so they can text, but like, oh, I hate texting. But I'll do it if I have to. I'm kind of going until our pickaxe gets a little bit worse for wear. Then I'm going to have to drop off my shit and set up down by the auto fish farm thing. And I don't know if I have any tape. Do I have tape? No, I don't. Well, no, I do. I have tape. Silver tape. This is actually... it's not duct tape, but it is tape that you could use for duct work. I much rather prefer duct tape, though. That shit is very, very adhesive. Oh. Oh, I didn't write this down, but I just remembered. Ian McGregor. Yeah. Ian McGregor, is that how you say their name? Obi-Wan Kenobi from the, not more recent, but... what the hell is he even called at this point? From Star Wars 1, 2, 3. Got the Hollywood Star of Fame. And it was kind of funny because Christian Haydenson was there and talked about and thanked McGregor for being the best Jedi Master anybody could ask for. And I almost, like, I couldn't help myself but be like, well, actually. And I know it's more metaphorical and more like them being there as a person, not as the character. But it's like, I don't know if I would say that, considering he kind of turned you into Darth Vader, if you actually look at the lore. No, ignore the Force. Don't go and help out your mother, who you've been seeing visions about for literal fucking months. I'm gonna start watching Star Wars again. I'm gonna have to look up the damn list. And I love how it's the little things that really force you to do certain things. Gotta watch the animated series. Get back into doing my breakdowns, because my breakdowns, I really like doing them, and they kept my brain occupied for about an hour to get through bullshitting about my thoughts and opinions about a fictional fucking movie, show, series, whatever. Mind you, when I get done with Star Wars, whenever the hell I get done with it, I'll have to move on to other shit. Break down other shows and movies and stuff like that. A good one might be the Resident Evil movies. Like, yeah, that might be a good one to go through. I've never really played the Resident, like, I've played the earlier games, but I played, like, 1 and 2 I know I played. 3 I couldn't beat, because I couldn't get past Nemesis back then. And just since then I haven't really played any. The last Resident Evil game I truly played was 5. And that was because my sister's boyfriend at the time owned the game, could never get anyone to co-op with them, and I was like, fuck it, I'll spend a weekend playing that and beating it. And we did. We spent the whole fucking weekend beating that game. That was neat. Mind you, this was years ago, back when the game was like a year or 2 old at that point. They don't make a lot like that now, do they? A lot of the co-op nowadays is like online multiplayer. They don't have that split screen shit anymore. They have to they have to add split screen in after the fact if they do that. The last game that I think did shit, what was the name of that game? There's a couple that came out. One was a married couple turning into puppets. The other was prisoners escaping from prison. What the hell was the name of that game? Did that one have split screen co-op when it released? I think that's like the most recent game release that I could think of that has had something like that. But I'm not 100% sure, that's the thing. Damn, okay.
I don't like the way the quarterback is warming up. I don't like the way the running back is warming up. I definitely don't like the way the punter is warming up.
Put your hunch to the test this season with FanDuel. All customers bet $5 and get a 3-week free trial.
See, I've said it once, I'll say it again. I'm probably going to have to do something like that to make it look a little bit better.
deposit required. Bonus issued is
Yeah, whatever.
bonus bets expiring 7 days after receipt. See terms at fanduel.com/sportsbook. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. NFL
I love that.
ticket offer.
Hey, go to this place to gamble. Do you have a gambling problem? Go here instead.
Full price of NFL Sunday ticket will be automatically charged seasonally. Just one time, no refunds. Terms, restrictions.
That's something that aggravates me to no end, personally.
Required to watch YouTube TV. Redemption requires
Like, if you have to warn people
Bored with
or be like, hey,
come have a ball at
call this helpline on a product, I don't think I can consider that product or that thing a good thing. You know what I mean?
Pinball, arcade games, bocce, duck pin bowling, and more. We're located on West 25th in Ohio City, right next to 16-bit bar and arcade. Drinks,
Like,
games,
do you
fun.
see,
That's how
do you
we
really
roll.
see advertising for cigarettes? I know I've seen advertising for vapes, and that all this shit's coming out about how fucking horrendous those are now, and why they are. And it's like, yeah, okay. New product's supposed to get rid of the old product, and it's just as bad, if not worse. Which, how can you actually fucking make something that's worse? I guess by just not studying it or not caring. Either or. Which isn't a fucking leap in this. The world is a vampire. You ever hear that? That song? That song I first heard from... What was it? What's it called? Whale Wars or whatever? That group that was bringing attention to and showing the science vessels of Japan that were basically using that as an excuse to go whaling. Because it's illegal to go whaling, but it's not illegal to do scientific research on whales. And they can use that as an excuse to, oh, we're going to study these whales, so we're going to harpoon them and harvest them while we study them. Now, if you're actually studying the shit, why do you have to kill it to study it? Explain that one to me. I'm fucking tired. Next Monday will definitely be a lot more energetic from me. I didn't expect to do everything I did today. Oh, fuck. Oh. So yeah, we're gonna cut it here, I think. I'm gonna get myself in the right position. Drop off all this bullshit, get into the AFK fishing spot, and then end it there. When I play this tomorrow or the day after, off stream, I'm not talking about keeping it on while I sleep and let my character fish to repair the diamond pickaxe. No. What I'm referring to is like actually making work on the kingdom itself. I'm gonna rip down more of the mountain. I'm probably gonna cut this back too. I know I said this. Like, the general plan is to cut this back as well and make it look a little bit streamlined. It's been a while since I've actually gathered coal, and the main reason was because I didn't have a pickaxe with Fortune 3 on it. Now I do, and I'm not going to lose this pickaxe, so... I'm really gonna have to make a lot of emeralds soon. Keep you, I guess. Your spruce. A little bit of organization at least, because that was bothering me too much. Nah, keep 2 on me. We're dealing with a lot of stone. I'll keep that there just in case. I remembered. I'm like, wait a minute, I'm doing it wrong. There's a method to madness. Method to madness. It's gonna take forever, man. Might as well leave it running now, actually. I love it. Oh, I'm so glad. I'm so glad I know how to do that now. That is so much better. You gotta be careful because I froze the... I almost forgot that I froze the water here by accident. Right? So, in order... I need to fix that. I need to make a bubble elevator or whatever. I'll worry about doing that later. I don't care right now.
Designed to rehydrate, replenish, and refuel. It fuels the best because it is the best. Get fueled up with Gatorade.
You can get the diamond now.
Click or tap the banner to shop now.
Order like a champ at Raising Cane's. With tailgates of hand-battered chicken fingers and cane
All right.
sauce, and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade, you can guarantee
I'll set that up
victory
later.
every game day meal. Raising Cane's chicken finger, one love. Order online or on our app.
Yeah, I'm going through really quickly. I'm calling it. It's early. I'm tired as fuck though, and I honestly cannot think of anything else to go over for today with Minecraft. I did want to do more today, but just you're tired. tomorrow, Wednesday, and Thursday are my days off. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday we will be playing Fallout 3 once again. Sunday we might not start with Fallout. We might start with the Stream Elements sponsorship campaign. Alright. And then next Monday will probably be a bit of a longer Minecraft. It will probably have a bit more progress done with the other bullshit and all that. But that is going to be it for me for you, YouTube, which very rarely do I apologize. Alright, today is one of those days where you get a apology for the small stream, the short stream, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Just because I anticipated I'd be able to go longer, but I got wore out today. Anyways, that is going to be it for me for you, YouTube, Twitch. I do thank you for stopping by, and I do hope you enjoyed your stay here at the Kingdom. If you have and are new here and haven't already, be sure to become a citizen today via subscribing to this channel as well as my main channel. Links will be down in the description below through all my links. If you're watching on YouTube, exclamation point links like so. If you're watching on Twitch, be sure to follow me on Twitch and catch me when I go live at 6 p.m. EST EDT for Friday through Monday. Invite link to the community Discord where you can get the most accurate notifications whenever I do go live. If I'm going to be a little bit late or early to stream outside of a half hour, or as long as I know I'm going to be late, as well as whatever else catch your fancy through all my links. Till next time, take care and have yourselves a good one. Bye-bye.